What's up, everybody? It is off day, and a positive off day, other than the unfortunate Austin Riley news. So I figured that would be okay to do because we've won 11 of 14, four straight series wins. And obviously, the Riley news sucks, but gives Nacho and maybe some of the younger prospects that are making some noise down in AAA and lower opportunities maybe in September. So I really appreciate that. Money Mike resurgence is insane. I know he had an offer to snap his 12-game hitting streak, but to say he's been seeing beach balls is an understatement of the century, maybe. Just one of the best turnarounds, mid-tier season, second half season that I've ever seen. And the emergence of Hurston Waldrop has been amazing. Doing what he did with what happened in Bristol and taking the opportunity and flying with it. Joey Wentz being very solid. And we are actually only 4 games under 500 since the 0-7 start, and given the fact that we lost our entire starting rotation, that's pretty impressive. So I think, and Nacho Alvarez doing what he's doing, looking a lot better, looking really smooth over there at third base for the most part, and things like that. I think this is even though it's a lost season and it's an annoying season, there's still a lot to be excited about. Obviously, Spencer Strider struggling. We are going to skip him, and maybe that will help him implement the changes he's trying to make, given that he knows he has a different repertoire and stuff and things of that nature. So but the Braves playing better baseball right now gives me the warm and fuzzies. I know it's definitely not the season any of us wanted. Hi. Hello. But I think, hello. Hi, guys. But Matt Olson leading the world in doubles. I know he doesn't have as many homers as you probably like. He's still going to probably end up with 25. And the Gold Glove defense and the Iron Man streak. So I think there's so much to be excited about. I don't know why you can't understand what I'm saying. I'm talking, so I don't know. But I'm really, you got Tyler Kenley coming over from the Rockies, doing what he's doing. Could be a very nice potential piece. I don't have, well, I think you can maybe put the things. I'm talking about the Braves and Major League Baseball. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. I hope we re-sign Raisel Iglesias, maybe at a lower number, but he has absolutely been locked in. I know it's very unusual to maybe do that, especially since he didn't get moved at the trade deadline and everybody thought he would. But the resurgence and the amazing clubhouse guy that he is, I could really see that happening. we haven't been great this year, that's for sure, but we're not trash. But if you're a rival fan, I get it. But so but I'm really excited that we've got a good stretch going. What's up, Hudson? Obviously the Riley news sucks with the core surgery, but I think it opens up some opportunities, and maybe he can just shake off the cobwebs and just rebound for next year, big time. Ronald Acuna Jr. is amazing. It's really been nice to see him back. He's still kind of missing some fastballs. Cardinals, I can get it. Cardinals got a long way with the rebuild, that's for sure. But I think there's the fact of the matter is starting 0-7 is never good, and we've dealt with a lot. But I would love to see Raisel Iglesias back. Tim Hires and the approach took me a while to start liking, but it's starting to percolate through the lineup, and you see it Jurickson Profar. Obviously, I think the Jurickson Profar news and suspension really changed the vibes of the whole year, because he's been absolutely amazing. His 17-game on base streak was snapped yesterday, but he's doing exactly what Alex Anthopoulos brought him in to do. So that is really, really exciting. Obviously, Marcell Ozuna, I'm not sure where we go there. My gut says he's probably not back, but it would depend. No, you're not muted, John. But I don't know. Ronald batting .310 is good. I don't think that's the best thing we have. Matt Olson leads the world in doubles. Michael Harris is batting like .550 since the All-Star break. Hurston Waldrop is doing amazing. So, I mean, it's been a bad year, but we've got a lot of things to look forward to. So I'm definitely gonna go with that. And we played spoiler, and we really have a chance to put a damper on the Mets, who lost again to the Washington Nationals. If you're talking about Ronald Acuna Jr., he's not. He wasn't suspended. Jurickson Profar was, but yeah. Yep. Get everyone healthy, play spoiler, and I mean, you really can't expect greatness when you lose your entire starting rotation and the patchwork, and to be only 4 games under 500, that's kind of awesome, even though it's been annoying for sure. But I think there's been a lot of really good storylines in this little hot stretch we've been on, and to understand and realize. And I know Brian Snitker gets a lot of crap for a lot of moves and different things, but I think this season would have been, I know it was terrible and it has been terrible, but I feel like it would have been a lot worse with a different guy at the helm, and I might get a lot of pushback with that. But just dealing with all that we've dealt with the last couple of years, injury-wise, and just bad stretches and things of that nature, I think it's very impressive. I mean, you got Drake Baldwin possibly winning the Rookie of the Year. You've got Hurston Waldrop and Joey Winch emerging. Uh, what do I think about Boston? I think they're solid. I don't know that they have. I don't know that they have enough pitching. Especially relief outside of Chapman that they can trust. But they've been really solid. They've just kind of hit the skids about the doing the little things, and that's been a bugaboo for the Braves at times. At times with the bases loaded, and not doing the sacrifice flies things. Actually, that's like my most biggest pet peeve for the Braves and things that have gone wrong for us this year. But I don't know. I don't know that they have enough pitching, but they are a fun. They are a fun young group, and they're a young fun group, and I think they could make a run if they get in. But I think that the wild card is going to be very, very wild. That's for sure. But yeah, getting everyone healthy. Ronaldo Lopez obviously won't be back. Spencer Schwellenbach was throwing from 40 to 50 feet on flat ground. Obviously, I don't think he'll be back this year either. But and I think an entire offseason, LA, I think, I don't, LA, they have enough. They have enough everything. I just don't know if everything's going to click because back-to-back World Series, that usually doesn't happen. And there's been a lot of injuries and uncertainty with their pitching staff. Just not pitching, just not being consistent enough. And they're definitely not bulletproof. And they weren't last year. They just got on a really good run. I don't know. Something feels off with LA. They're definitely gonna be the probably team to beat for everybody in their mind, just because until you knock them off, they're still the champions. But I just feel with them. Obviously, all you need is a couple hot pitchers and a hot bullpen, and you're fine. Because that's what they did last year. It just feels less certain for sure with LA, and I'm glad for it because it just shows the parity, and you can't assume anything. And I know they lost. They split the series with the Rockies, but losing 2 in a row to 2 games to the Rockies, who won 30 games. You can't assume things, and I think that's really important, that anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and you have a lot of good, young, exciting players everywhere. No matter if the record's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever it is, there's still fun storylines everywhere. So that's the thing that I appreciate about baseball as it's happened this year. It's been more streaky than normal. Yeah, Austin Riley, that's just a lost season. It's unfortunate, but hopefully he can take that. And oh my God, the Yankees are yanking with their defense. Holy jeez, that's 3 errors in an inning. As I'm watching Red Sox and Yankees right now on my TV. But I just, as much as this season has stunk so many ways, like we were bad in 1-run games. Like, you flip that around, I think a lot of things are so different. So I'm really happy with the better second halves of Michael Harris And Ozzy, I think he's been very much improved. Yeah. And then the Red Sox get picked off at third. But obviously the Austin news stinks, but hopefully he can get everything right and just be ready for a big time comeback player of the year. I'm calling it now, comeback player of the year for Austin Riley in 2026. And I really like the fact that our farm system has started to find some older guys, but they are starting to make some noise. Dave McCabe, he may get a chance in September with the Austin Riley news. He's been hitting the cover of the ball. Recently called up to AAA 288s. And obviously our young guys, Tate Southvicine just made his pro debut. Alex Lodisi has made some noise. Yeah, hitting the reset button is gonna be nice. And I like the fact that we've had a good run, because I think if you don't go crazy with the manager choice, if Brian Snicker is officially this is his last year or not, I think there I don't want to lose Rick Kranitz or anything like that. I don't know what kind of moves they're gonna make, but I like the fact that I hope we keep Goodwin as well. Goody at first base. Obviously, I think third base is a spot to look at, but I think with I think it's about 60 million to play with in free agency is going to be interesting. I don't want to get rid of Sean Murphy. I know he struggled this year, or recently, only having one hit in August, but I think he's just so important for Drake Baldwin and the development of Hurston Waldrop and helping these pitchers get through the rest of this year and everything he's done in that regard. I know he's been on the struggle bus, don't get me wrong, but I think it's really important to keep the two-headed monster at catcher, because you never know what's going to happen with Drake next year, the sophomore slump, as it were, or whatever the case may be. I think that is insanely important. But for whatever reason, everybody seems to hate Sean Murphy and Matt Olson for whatever reason. I don't get it. I will never get it. I can get the Profar one a little bit because he tried to cheat the system, got caught with steroids. I get it, but people make mistakes. And we've dealt with the Marcell Ozuna of it all as well. There's just a lot of interesting decisions and things that are going to be fun. I want Rysel back because, I haven't seen him this locked in since, last year. He was super locked in the whole year, but to be able to work through the struggles of this year, and obviously they were huge, but it wasn't like Pierce Johnson was lights out in those latter innings either. So we didn't really have anywhere to go. Yeah, but the reset button in the minors and all that stuff makes it feel really good. J.R. Ritchie doing what he's doing in AAA. Didier Fuentes had 3 good AAA starts after being kind of put into the fire, so to speak. Owen Murphy has been shoving. Hayden Harris, we better see Hayden Harris in the 2026 Atlanta Braves bullpen. He's dominating in the minors right now. I think 0.64 ERA. So there is a lot of fun stuff going on. Camp Kennedy has done a lot of really good things as well. I mean, there's so much to love. And I know this year, blah, 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 like Ozzy struggles, Michael struggles, everyone struggles offensively, but also I don't think we're taking into account the idea that Kevin Seitzer was around for so long, which is a great thing, but trying to trying to implement an entirely different philosophy. That takes a minute for people and players to start trusting. Exactly. You would think people would get over the Freddie Mac thing, but that is a question and a constant thing that I am defending. And yes, I agree. People need to get over it. Matt is amazing. And honestly, I think he's better defensively than Freddie Freeman at this point. Freddie's solid, but I think he's lost a step in that regard. But yeah, it's just always gonna be a damn thing. Excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to get angry, but that's my touching point that I hate talking about and continuously talking about. Matt Olson bought Drake Baldwin his first ever suit on the road trip, and people want to tell me that Matt Olson's not a leader. It's just stupid. It all is, and I really that's a topic I cannot stand that I'm still having to defend and talk about. Same with Sean Murphy. I realize the numbers are what the numbers are, but trust me, he doesn't want to suck at his job either and be hitting almost below the Mendoza line. It is what it is. Catching is demanding, and when you constantly have change and trying to massage rookies through rookies and patchwork rotations, it's not exactly the easiest job in the world, and he's not getting consistent playing time because Drake Baldwin has set the world on fire. And I forgot about Jake Fraley. Thank you. I really Jake Fraley, I really can get on board with it for sure. I think that that's a better fourth and fifth outfield than we've had in a while because, let's see, he has good plate discipline. He has over 300 hits in his career, has an extra year of control. I think he can play all three outfield positions. Health has just been the issue for him, but I really think that is definitely an upgrade over Jared Kelenic, and I don't know necessarily Eli White, maybe not, but speed-wise, Eli White's gonna be perfect there, but having those guys as a fourth and fifth option, especially, just don't hit him against righties. But that could be a very interesting addition in terms of the DH position as well, going forward. I can tell you that they have to actually have a doctor's note to prove whether the person is hurt or not, and somebody actually has to sign it, but I don't know if that's a factor either. But you got to do what you got to do, kind of. But I really like the Jake Fraley addition, especially since he has another year of control. There's a lot of intangibles and things you like about him. Good base runner, good speed, and over 300 hits is nothing to sneeze at. If he could improve a little bit better against lefties, but again, just gives you great options and possibly a puzzle piece for finishing out this year and definitely next year going forward. That's a better depth piece. And that's what the depth and versatility, I feel like, is the one thing that the Braves, because of the injuries, you've kind of had to go to the scrap heap and go into a guy like Jake Fraley. Oh, yeah, McCabe would be fun to see. Also, again, he's probably a DH option as well. Maybe not this year, but maybe he'll get some play. Definitely a longer look next year in spring training, but he's been crushing it. And I think that I could be wrong, but the feel of the draft class that we drafted this year has kind of pushed the other guys a little bit, and they're taking leaps and bounds. Patrick Closey is another one that's taken some leaps and bounds. I think it's a little bit unfortunate that the Jared Kelnick thing is just not worked out. I thought he could have possibly been a Adam Duvall, gone down to AAA and worked on it and figured it out, but he's just kind of lost it, I think, and he's going to be a DFA candidate because his 40-man roster spot's super important. I am a little surprised we haven't seen Hayden Harris yet. Maybe that's a September thing. I'm not sure, but I hopefully it's not Nick Allen unless he's a defensive replacement slash pinch runner, if I'm being honest. See ya, Hudson. Thanks. Shortstop, Alex Lotusy. I mean, there's prospect options for big league options. I'm not sure which angle we will go. I just hope it's some sort of upgrade. Maybe a Willie Castro. Definitely a more offensive upgrade. I'm not sure. I think that's one of those where it might be a name that none of us are thinking of. Laura, we're stretching him out as a potential starter. I don't know as much as I probably should, but he has looked pretty good as they have stretched him out. I don't know that we'll see him this year, but I was really hoping Hayden Harris, because he's I don't think he has anything else left to prove in AAA with the 0.64 ERA, and the fact that he's a Rule 5 eligible next year, so he needs to be on our 40. But they know that stuff better than I do. But there's definitely a lot of exciting guys, especially for bullpen possibilities and yeah. Waldrop has looked amazing, and that's another thing. Sean Murphy helping him out with his repertoire, and just him trusting it and him being able to change it and all of that. That's something to commend, and I think that's what Strider is going to try to do. And I think that's why we also claimed Cal Quantrill, to allow Spencer to work on some things and get more comfortable with what his stuff is now versus what he's been used to, and coming off the hamstring as well. I think people are forgetting the hamstring plus the elbow. So I hope he takes sort of a page out of Hurston Waldrop's book and just kind of looks at everything. He is, because he thinks too much. he may think too much, but he's very intentional in what he does. So I hope this skip of start, or maybe skip a couple starts, that Strider can find some consistency and some confidence, because he looks like he's out on an island. And that's honestly what Hurston Waldrop looked like, even though we probably rushed him last year, and no one's doubting that. But to be able to look as polished and great as he has, that is very important. So to realize that is insane, and the fact that he's only 23, I think he's solidified himself as a big piece going forward. And people talking about Bryce Elder, I'll get this out of the way. He has if we option him back to the minor leagues, he loses that option for next year. So, and I'm not saying that Bryce Elder is amazing or anything, but he can give you a good one now and then. It's just if he's overexposed. But that is also a part of the reason why we haven't seen. And it could mean the end of the line for Elder. In the off season, maybe a change of scenery, but that's why we haven't, because I don't think we want to lose. We don't want to lose the ability to maybe have him for another year in a spot start here or there. You don't want to expose him for 22 starts like he's had to this year, but there's depth there, and Bryce Elder knows that role. So I don't know exactly what the plan will be there, but that is why we still have Bryce Elder sticking around, because I've seen a lot of why. And obviously, it's been annoying to watch him, and maybe I want to change the scenery too, but I also want to give Bryce the credit because he's just been thrown into some weird situations, and he's still trying to work and trying to be better. And he's had some really good starts this year, just not as much consistency as anyone wants, and he definitely doesn't either. So I just wanted to touch on that as well. Craig Kimbrell, I just saw signed with the Houston Astros, and he will be up with the big league team. They are just trying to hang on too. They've had so many injuries, both rotation, bullpen, and their lineup. I don't know how they are where they are, but everybody says we messed up with Craig Kimbrell, and probably yes we did, but he never sniffed anything with the Texas Rangers either. Hey Charles, but I mean, it is what it is kind of thing there. But I did see that come across the wire. But I love the fact that there is, like, Ozzy has looked a little bit more like himself, and obviously Michael, and just there's been so many positives in the uptick in the farm system, and guys that we didn't even think about are starting to make a name, which is a really cool, the Austin Riley core surgery is out for the rest of the year. We claimed Cal Quantrill from the Marlins. We'll be skipping Spencer Strider in the Mets series to see if he can work on some things. And Dane Dunning and Seabold back in the minors, and Dylan Dodd back up. So, No, it's not an oh no. It's just what it is. It's unfortunate for Riley and Strider, but this season is just kind of um, how it's gone, for sure. And it's not good, but there's been a lot better stuff. We are actually only 4 games under 500 since the 0-7 start, and that might not sound like much, but losing our entire rotation and a lot of key pieces having down years, it's pretty impressive. So you take it as what it is, and that's what I'm doing. And all the races have been really fun, and the fact that the Braves winning 11 of 14, being spoilers, that's great. And just seeing different things develop. I hope we see a couple of our younger guys, maybe especially out of the bullpen. But if we don't, I also understand it. But I really appreciate he was reported today he will be and unfortunately they did not come with a free anything. I just went with the colorful glasses. Oh, and that is another move I forgot. Jake Fraley will be with the Braves for the Mets series and be in the rest of the year. And I talked about him earlier. No, but I wanted to go with the less flashy glasses for the longer conversations and different things. So it's less flashy for sure, but but the Mets continue to limp. Oh well, no, I got your joke. I wish they came with something good. Yeah, he is pretty good. I wish they came with something free. I'm always gonna take free things with him. But yeah, he's solid. He's a very respectable, serviceable MLB player. Has 333 career hits. And just kind of fits the mold of what the Braves have been doing in this offensive resurgence and turnaround, walks, all that kind of stuff. So I think he really fits the mold for the future, and see what he's got this year, because obviously the injury bug has got him a lot, and that's kind of what has derailed it. But I think there's a lot to like, and obviously Chris Sale is gonna come back, make a couple of starts, and make sure his offseason program stays on track. That was the most unfortunate injury. Him and Schwellenbach's injury, those are just kind of freak things, especially Chris Sale diving for a ball in the 9th inning. Yeah, he keeps saying that he wanted Ozzie to do his job, and he probably should have. But that was still one of the best moments of the year. And the fight and the vibes of this Braves team doesn't feel like it's wavered. I mean, it looks bad when everything's going really bad, but I don't think anybody didn't believe in each other, and I think that is a mark of Brian Snicker and everything that's around it. So I really appreciate that part for the Braves as well. I know everything is what have you done for me lately, and everything. A lot of things have been good. Good lately, and just to realize that everybody cares about each other, cares about the results. that matters. It really does. Um, 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 because everybody wants to badmouth something or complain about anything and everything. Um, it's just I love our announcing teams, and I hope a lot of things, and I hope our announcing stuff stays the same. They're big supporters of mine, so I really appreciate that as well. They're some of the best in the business, and you can't tell me any different. I think people just want to complain to complain. Um, we will try to beat the Mets, but we have Joey Wentz, who's been amazing, and I think he's going to be a very our announcers are awesome. I think Joey Wentz is going to be a very interesting piece as well. We have him under control until 2029. Hopefully, we can continue the Mets misery for sure. But I mean, just keep the expectations for what the expectations are, really, please, because you got Cal Quantrill, Eric Fetty, and Joey Wentz in the series, and you obviously you don't play games on paper. Yes, the rotation next year could be very, very, very good and deep and versatile, which is the one thing that I've been preaching for a while, is that I hope next year, whatever we decide to do with things and positions, there's deep and versatile pieces and legit MLB pieces at every spot. I know that is not always the case, and it's hard to be able to do that. But with the emergence and the and the serviceability of Nacho Alvarez, maybe a Dave McCabe, maybe some of the younger guys that I didn't talk about take a step forward as well. Well, yeah, I think everybody hates the Mets, Phillies, and Dodgers. If you're not a fan of them, they're not your favorites either. It's pretty obvious. I think we can all agree. But yeah, this really has a potential of being. It's a fact-finding mission that didn't look like there was going to be a lot of positives. That has quickly turned into a fact-finding mission with a ton of possible positives, very much so, and the versatility and different things. And also got to give credit to Aaron Bummer. He struggled, but in this little bullpen turnaround, he's been a big part of it as well. So I wanted to give him a shout out. And I think the bullpen has kind of fit in their roles and figured it out, and that's nice to see as well. That's why I really don't want to lose Rick Kranitz or Abreu, but obviously they're going to be highly touted, and depending on what we do manager-wise, if Brian Snicker calls it quits or whatever, that you know what, that would be very, very impressive considering we got all the way down to 19 games below. But the fight and the vibes and the want to and the preparation every day and doing things the right way, even if you don't win or the results aren't what you want, these guys care, and they care a lot. And obviously, I know um, the luxury tax and the front office and all that stuff. That plays factor, and I'm not saying that I wasn't mad that we didn't add or do more or whatever, but it's way above my pay grade. Um, no. Charlie Morton, I think, will retire. I think that ship has sailed, but again, I don't know. But from my perspective, no, I don't think Charlie Morton will be back. And I think that the Braves have done a nice job with Ronald, putting him in the 3 hole. I know a lot of people don't like it. For this year, I think it's fine. I think he will be back in the leadoff spot next year in Profar 2, Mat 3, and then you continue down the line how everything goes. But I wouldn't put anything past Alex Anthopoulos and company, because I think the luxury tax and the money will be reset. I think it's about $60 million that we'll have to spend, and you got the prospects emerging, could accommodate a few trades here or there. There's a lot of very tough decisions to make, don't get me wrong, but I think this is a very, very exciting off season to come, because the emergence of many a different people in this resurgent second half of Michael, Ozzie, Joey Wentz, Tyler Kenley being a possible piece. Well, of course, they have. That's. No. Riley's not going anywhere. Riley is not going anywhere. In my opinion, Riley's really good. Yeah, I just wish Jurickson Profar didn't do what he did early on in the season. I think that was a big vibe thing. Doesn't matter. Nacho is not as good as Riley, and he will never be as good as Riley, in my opinion. I think Nacho is good. But I think he's more of a utility piece, and Riley's gonna be fine. Trust me. I think people are just, again, what'd you do for me lately? And I think that people are underselling Riley. I get it, and I get that he has struggled, but people were writing off Michael Harris too, so just play it that way. And I really think that Riley will be fine, and I think Nacho's a piece for us too. But I realize that he's younger and cheaper, but you don't sign a guy to a 10-year contract just to get rid of him for a couple of injury riddled seasons. Yeah, he does need a big year next year. I'm not saying that. He needs a resurgent year, but I think that people are writing off Riley too soon, too quickly, and definitely not. Just they're writing him off too quickly. That's all. He does need a big year next year. I'm not saying that. I'm just surprised. No, you cannot salary dump a over $200 million contract. That is insane. Plus, Riley is a very important piece of this organization. I'm just saying, that is my opinion. You're not going to salary dump a guy like Austin Riley. That is kind of, yeah. I can't even fathom that. Now, if we do something, I don't know. I'm better at seeing moves instead of speculating, but Riley is the last person that I would suspect us to do anything like that. Yeah, upgraded shortstop is definitely um no, yeah, but BJ Upton is not a was not a three-time All-Star, was not the extra base hit leader for the Braves just a couple of years ago. No. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry. That if that happens, I will be very, very, very angry. BJ Upton couldn't hit his way out of a paper bag. So, yeah. Shortstop is where I'm just not going to agree with this conversation, so I'm gonna just say respectfully agree to disagree on that. Yes, shortstop we definitely need an upgrade. No, 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 no. Yes, I realize that but that was when we were in a rebuild. We're not in a rebuild right now. We're not in a rebuild right now. And just because Austin Riley has struggled the last 2 years with injury, please, no, 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 no. Okay, yeah, well, he's one of my favorites too. But I mean, I get the out of the box stuff, but the BJ Upton, Craig Kimbrell thing was because we were in a rebuild. And we needed to salary dump, as you put it. We needed to do that. Right now, we don't need to do that. Please, I mean, no. I get that Austin Riley needs a big year next year. He knows it. Everybody knows it, but no. A rebuild? Come on. No. A rebuild is the wrong word. Retool? Maybe. But you've seen way too many positives in this second half to say that you need to drastically change things. I think people are forgetting that we've been to the playoffs 7 straight years, and this is one blip on the radar. And if you take half of the one-run losses, we're in a completely different situation. Um, take half of the one-run losses away. Yes, yeah. 2026 World Series champion sounds really good. It does. And I'm respecting the idea. Like, I know everybody freaks out, and it's been a crappy year, don't get me wrong, but like there's a lot of factors and human elements of this that I don't think that people really um yeah, I think there's just a lot of weird factors in the human element and things of that nature that it's just one of the bad seasons. But this resurgent second half, record wise and playing spoiler, that is what we all thought was going to be originally. So, um, yeah, he's likely gonna go for sure. Um, but I also have to respect what he's done and what he means to the organization. But yeah, I believe 1,000% there will be a change probably. But I don't think it's gonna be like a drastic one. I just really do not want Mark DeRosa. Any other guy I can get behind. Definitely. For sure. I can. Any other manager, maybe not Davey Martinez either, but any other manager other than Davey Martinez or Mark DeRosa, I can get behind big time. He's not. That's another thing that I've really been annoyed with this year, is that everything is not Snit's fault. I know that a lot of his moves or some of his moves make you crazy. But he can't pitch the ball. He can't hit the ball. So I think Snicker's gotten way too much blame for some of the struggles this year. I do agree that we need a change, but I'm also not going to throw Snicker. Well, no, Freddie Gonzalez not coming back. That's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, I totally agree. It's time. I just think that yes, Snit has his shortcomings and he's annoying at times, but I think he's gotten way too much blame. And the fact of the matter is he's very important to the fabric of the Braves. And I do think it's time for a change. Don't get that wrong at all. I agree with that. But I just got to give Snit some love because I've had to deflect a lot of hate towards Snit. And I just, you know, um, Bobby Cox never got the heat because I think we always won a division title, I guess. Yeah, I hope we keep the pitching coach. There's a lot of. I hope we keep our bullpen coach as well. So I don't. I'm not expecting a drastic change. I think it's going to be somebody that we know and somebody that's in the Braves fabric, for sure. I don't know. I think Bobby was able to deflect a lot more heat because he was more fiery than Snit too. So that always gets blown out of proportion or whatever. But yeah, I agree. Pitching coach, pitching coach, bullpen coach. I hope we keep whatever happens though. I will evaluate, and I'm terrible at speculating. Yeah. Yeah, he was. I mean, but that just shows you how hard it is to win a World Series, no matter what type of team you have. But World Series and playoff contention is obviously the most important thing every year in sports, especially when you have such a consistent organization that is the Atlanta Braves. But we've been really spoiled by managers. I think there's only been 3 in my lifetime, with Bobby, Freddie, and yeah, I did. I saw what you said about Ozzy. I'm glad that Ozzy has taken some steps forward. And I think he will be back next year, but and I want him to be back next year, but just some more depth and versatility at that position wouldn't hurt me either. Although I don't think Ozzy's wrist has been completely right either. So that's another factor. I love Ozzy. I want him to be back and having a good second half. No. I mean, no, we have him a $7 million option for next year, so I think he will be back. I'm pretty sure on that. But yeah, I'm just really happy that he's found some more consistency, because it was rough. It was rough. Hey, the 2007 Rockies did some things. Yeah, maybe we can be the 2007 Rockies, but if not, I'm again really happy with a lot of things that have happened. in this second half. But the 2007 Rockies did happen, so who knows? But hey, you got to play the games and see what happens. So, Waldrop, the ace of the staff. I don't think anybody expected Waldrop to be even a key piece to the staff. But the fact that he is and he's taking a step forward, it's a big check mark for this in the future. And I'm really happy. And that's another factor too, is that you don't. No, but you also can't. I don't like when people tell people how to fan either. I mean, it's annoying, and the ultra negativity is annoying, but the frustrations. Yeah, Strider's struggles really stink, but also, I mean, he's coming off big surgery, arm and hamstring issues. He's trying to, let's see, he's trying to understand what his stuff is now. And you know he's going to dissect that to the nth degree. And I feel like the Braves skipping Strider for the Mets series and him getting a little bit more time to iron some things out. Paths are not linear. And he might add a new pitch. But he also needs to trust that 97 is good enough to get people out. But I think he's not mentally there yet, and he is trying too hard almost. And he's on an island right now, so I just need him to get to the off season, work through what he needs to work through, and I think he's going to be maybe not back to his normal self, but definitely every year or give us a chance to win at every single start instead of having blow up start after blow up start after blow up start. But yeah, it really sucks to watch people say that Strider's washed and things of that nature. People writing, it's the same people that were writing off Michael Harris and things of that nature. So I think now I'll be a little bit more concerned if 20 million, that's not even that bad for a pitcher, as long as he gets back to giving the Braves a chance to win every single night. I think everybody is overreacting. And again, if he starts to struggle at the beginning of next year, then we'll have a better conversation for sure. But I think it's everybody's overreacting right now, and just let Strider try to figure himself out mentally, physically, and things, and then we'll see what happens. I think it's too quick and too early to write that off. And there's contract restructuring and things that could go on too. And I'm not trying to say that I'm not concerned about his struggles, but I'm going to give Strider the benefit of the doubt. Like, until he shows that you can't, I have no other reason not to. I don't. I have every reason to believe that he'll bounce back, and I have every reason to believe that our rotation is going to be better. There just needs to be some more depth and versatility that we can rely on. But that is, I don't know how that's going to happen necessarily, but I'm excited for it. look, we were able to figure out. I talked about Elder earlier. He's probably a change of scenery guy, yes, but if you only have him for a spot start here or there, not 20 or 22, it's a little bit better. I understand. It's tough because he just doesn't have a lot of margin for error. But he's had some really good ones too. So I could see both ways. That's the reason we haven't sent Bryce Elder down, because if we send him down, he's out of options and we have to put him on waivers, and I don't think the Braves want to do that yet. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a change of scenery and or a different something for Elder. And I get it because it's kind of the new Ian Anderson of it all, where he has one good start and one good start and 5 bad starts kind of thing. So I get it. And hopefully there's an upgrade there. But I can also, I mean, Elder has been put in a lot of tough spots, but he just doesn't have enough margin for error. Yeah, Wentz, spot starter. Wentz definitely could be a spot starter or bullpen. Long relief, the Swiss Army knife versatility that I think we're missing. We were missing this year, and Joe Jimenez being out has been a big issue. What was your last comment? I don't know, did I? The fair weather fans, yeah, I don't like them either, but I think it just is what it is. And you don't want to tell people how to fan, but it's how it goes. But I think, yeah, it sucks, and a lot of I've dealt with more negativity than I'm used to, and I don't like it. But it's one of the worst seasons we've been through, so I also get it. I mean, I felt like a lot of the time I was just yelling at my phone and yelling at my screen because I was just so frustrated by it all. But yeah, Sale pitching again is always going to be fun. But he went through a rough patch to start the year too. Like, so bad streaks, bad seasons, rough patches, they do happen. They do. People just want to bash them every time it happens. Like, that's not... No. Baseball's hard, sports are hard, and doing sports and life at the same time. Because nobody ever wants to suck at their job, but sometimes it just happens and it gets more magnified when you're a professional athlete and or whatever. It's yeah. So yeah. And it was a freak injury, but that's the mark of 2025 and what it was. And it's just unfortunate, but that's him being a competitor, and that's him wanting that's him wanting to win and wanting to win really, really bad. And I think he would do it. He's going to be that competitive every single time. And it's just unfortunate, but that's the mark of what 2025 brought us, because you never in a season have I ever seen a 5-man rotation go out with injury. Like, I haven't. So it's just something unprecedented, and the Braves have weathered the storm. Was the storm longer than any of us wanted? Yeah, but um, having Chris Sale around for the younger guys still, while he's been rehabbing and been out as long as he has, that's been I'm sure, a shot in the arm as well. Yeah. Because there's no organization in professional sports that could withstand that. That's like when an entire offensive line gets hurt or something. So we do need good health. We need good luck. And we'll see what happens. But this year, this little good stretch has been good for the mind and good for the possibilities becoming more endless next year. Yes, I agree with your comment. Well, I say as always, go Braves. So yes, I do, and I think that's all I got. A really good live, really good conversation. I appreciate all of y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps out a lot. Thanks, guys. And I will continue to post here and post on my Twitters when I do lives and things of that nature to continue. Huh. Yeah, we're definitely gonna. Yeah, Iggy's been great lately. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep our 2007 Rockies dreams alive. Just kidding, but no, continue to play spoiler and continue the Mets miseries. That's for sure. I hope you're right. I mean it's a little weird with those pitching matchups, especially that young kid for McLean or whatever his name is. He dominated, and that's some insane movement that I've seen. So we'll see. That's a tough test to start it. But there's really no secret. So hopefully we continue their misery. That would be nice. But yeah, Iggy's been great lately, and if a contract extension for him comes across the wire, I wouldn't be mad at that either. But that is yeah. Well, I'm never going to I'm never gonna say go Phillies. I'm always gonna say yuck, but what Kyle Schwarber has been doing is insane. I just don't, the Zach Wheeler of it all, I don't know if you guys can withstand that. But this is your best chance to win it all if you're going to, I believe. That's just my opinion. I hope all the Wheeler stuff goes okay. But I just don't know if you have enough. So that's just my Phillies take. But you guys have been hot, and that Jaron Duran addition is something that you guys have been missing forever. And that definitely could be the cherry on top. But I just don't know. I just don't know if you have enough. Just because of the Zach Wheeler injury, if there wasn't a Zach Wheeler injury, maybe I'd feel a lot better. But who knows? I mean, the playoffs are such a crapshoot. But yeah, Iggy, I can definitely see back next year. Yeah. Duran, you guys did a really nice job with that, and I just, yeah, the Wheeler thing, I just can't get over. But I mean, if Schwarber can mash it and not and less, but I don't know. The Wheeler thing throws a wrench into it that I can't, because Christopher Sanchez. Yeah, I did. I appreciate it. Well, I mean, we've patchworked it together, but you guys are a different animal. But we'll see. I'm honestly not expecting too much, depending on how the pitching matchups go. Christopher Sanchez has been amazing. Like I don't know, if we split that series, I would be happy. But I could also see you guys just completely dominating. But it's division. Sometimes that doesn't matter. The records don't matter. Nothing matters. Division. They're going to be slobber knockers probably. So we'll see. Yeah. That would probably. Well, I don't know. That might be. Wheeler had a blood clot in his shoulder, I believe, but it got removed. They just don't have a timetable. Yeah, I wish Sale was back for the Mets too, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a wild ride. If somehow the Mets miss the playoffs, that would be the World Series of the World Series for me. Given how this year's gone, but I'm always gonna say, yeah. Well, I agree. So yeah. Yeah, we've talked about Strider a lot. I think so. I just don't. I think people are overreacting. It's an injury. It's a tough injury, and if you don't trust your stuff, yeah. I'm kind of rooting for the Reds if somehow, but I don't know if the Reds have enough offense. Every time I watch them, they're annoying in a lot of ways. But I'd rather watch the Reds than the Mets, that's for sure. And they certainly can throw some pitching at you, but I don't know if I trust their bullpen a lot either. They have probably more red flags and things I'm not quite sure about, but I don't. Dansby. Yeah, I mean, we need an upgraded shortstop, but it is. Well, thank you. You might be the only Philly fan that actually appreciates that stuff, and I can appreciate that. I mean, most of the Philly fans I see say that they broke Strider, but so I can appreciate that. I can appreciate rivalries too. So, and they do. The Mets have too many holes. I mean, not their bullpen revamping didn't work, and their starting pitching not going deep. Yeah, they have a lot more issues. That's for sure. But this has been a really good live. I appreciate that. I know I haven't done a ton because of the Braves and how this season has gone. But I will continue to do them on off days and maybe do a live watch before the season is over. I don't know that Bo Bichette will leave Toronto, but that would be a nice get. But I don't know. The shortstop situation will be something to monitor for sure. I think we need to upgrade there more than anything. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah. So I appreciate it. It's been a different year. Obviously, everybody wanted everything to go differently, but it's kind of been refreshing to have this good little stretch and see a lot of positives going forward. And obviously, I'm going to be a Braves fan no matter what. So, and this is like the toughest season in my 29 years, kind of. So, it was bound to happen eventually, but I can tell you, I probably wouldn't have been able to do the 2014 through 2017 Atlanta Braves, that's for sure. But bad seasons happen, struggles happen, injuries happen. It sucks, but you do what you have to do. That's not gonna happen, but I appreciate it that that you think that much of me as a fan and what I do, and I appreciate our banter back and forth and our rivalry of it all. It's really nice, and there's not been a lot of that this year. It's just been all negativity. So, and I appreciate that there is healthy and fun rivalries instead of just all negative stuff. And we both respect good, and we can admit good and have fun with it, and that's one of my favorite things that this channel has provided. So that is very important. But as always, David Ross probably. Like I said earlier, I could go with anything other than Mark DeRosa or David Martinez. Anything else I can get on board with. So, who knows? But it'll be interesting. But I think that's all I have. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps that a lot. Thanks, guys. This has been one of the better lives I've ever had, so appreciate it. And we'll keep doing throughout the regular season, the off season, and the postseason. We'll do that as well. See you guys.